Okay, in this video we're now going to make some tentative steps in creating classes. Now we've already actually technically created classes when we created our movie clips and we added ActionScript linkage. But I'm now just going to show you a brief example of how that works, and we'll do it in a separate file just to keep things nice and simple at the starting point. So in my project I'm going to create a new file and I'll just call that class example 1, and I'll open the file after creation, create a file, there we go. Okay, currently there's nothing in this file. What I'd like to do in the library is access the movie clips in the library of the other open file, Fruit Game. So from this drop down I choose that, and then I quickly drag on to the stage the movie clips I'd like. And then if I change that back to class example, you notice that all those classes are there. I'm just going to delete them from the stage to start with. I'm going to set the stage properties to be a little bit larger, so following the same setting as previously. 1280 by 768. Sorry, 1024 768. You can do two different resolutions at the same time. There we go. Okay, so what we're going to do is just do a basic bit of actions on the timeline at this point in time. So you'll notice in the timeline we've just got one layer and there's nothing on it. I might just call it actions. We will eventually do this in a class file, but for now we're just going to do it on the timeline for testing purposes. Okay, so this is the syntax, the grammar for adding an instance from the library to the stage after runtime, after you've started a movie running. Okay, so we use the keyword var, and then we give the instance an instance name. So you might call it Apple _ MC, which will be of Apple type, equals new Apple. Currently we don't actually get code hinting, but we will eventually. Bracket, and that creates a new instance of the apple. Now the next thing we need to do is to add that to the display list so we can actually see it. And all we're doing there is using a method called addChild. addChild lets you add something to the display list so it can be visible. So if I've got Apple _ MC, close brackets, and then if I test that movie, you'll see in the top left corner currently a slight amount of the movie clip, and that has to do with the registration point of that movie clip. And then we're only a short step away from adding changing a few properties. So Apple _ MC .x equals, let's say 200 for argument's sake, and the y equals 400. So that is saying in the x-axis horizontally it will be placed 200 pixels from the left, and in the y-axis 400 pixels from the top. So therefore it should now be fully visible. I'll just test that, and there we go, the apple appears. So we could do that with any other class that has been declared in the library. And that is the end of this video, and we'll move on a little bit further down the line to more complicated methods of working with classes.